Dan Moskal here, and in this video we're going to add some social media to our WordPress website. We're going to add a like button, and we're also, depending on how long that takes, we'll probably put the Facebook comments into our WordPress website. You've probably seen this. We'll actually probably do that in the next video, but the idea, so the search engines and SEO, they're starting to look, and they have been looking at some social signs. This is the WordPress website that we're working on. It's about credit and credit repair, and they're looking at some social signs. So what we are thinking we're going to do, we've tried a bunch of different plugins, and we're still playing around with some plugins. We've been working online and doing SEO since 2006, but we've tried a few plugins, and it doesn't seem like the plugins thus far, I'm still working on it, are all that engaging. So what we're going to do, and from some of the other websites that we have started to look at with their social signs, we're going to take this like button, and we're going to put a like button directly underneath inside the actual article, like the page. So you need to go over to actual Facebook. You have to visit Facebook. Kind of makes sense. You can do a follow too, and I think that's probably the same thing. But you want to do it for your page. So we are going to do the like button. This is actually the like button. This stuff's all right here. You can click the like button, but you need to go over to the Facebook thing, and you can change all sorts of different features, but let's just go ahead and start right here at the top, and let's just refresh it so we can see how you're looking at it. So this is how it starts, and right here, this URL to like, that's where you need to start. You need to put in your URL. And what I mean by your URL, I mean like your page URL. So this is the Facebook page for our website, Dan Willis. So you put that in. The width, that's the pixels, how wide you want it. We're going to make this smaller here in a second, but layout style, we're going to change that. You can do the button count, but we want to do the box count where you can actually see it. One of the sites we like is Yoast.com, and the way he has his set up like this. We are going to do something similar as our idea and see how that works. Now, where are we going? Alright, so here's the font. You can mess around with a lot of these different features if you would like. I think we're going to just do that because we have Verdana as our actual website text. But the one thing I do want to take off is the send part. I just want to say like, similar to this. And if you're using WordPress, Yoast has some pretty good tips when it comes to that. I look to him for some good stuff. So what you need to do is click Get Code after you log in. If you're not logged in, that's what it's going to look like. So, whoops. We should probably change the width too. While we're at it, we're going to change the width to, we'll do 150. Because what I want to do is have them line up like that. I want them to be side by side, and that Yoast may be using a plugin for that. I'm just not 100% sure. And either way, I figure as long as we get a few more likes, that'll help our social sign. I'll try 250. See how that works. Alright, so get code. Now you can grab, I suggest, and in this video we're going to do the iframe. Click on iframe. If there's some reason why we shouldn't use iframe and you are a super computer person, let me know, but this is the way I've been doing it, and I would suggest this just is a little bit easier in my opinion. So we're going to go over, we've currently got it down here. We'll just leave that on for the time being. We're going to put this in using Genesis simple hooks. You can add it as a widget if you want, or any way, but if you have simple hooks, which I recommend, you can kind of integrate it a little bit better, I believe. what I think we're going to do is, I think we'll just do it after. We'll do it after post content. See how that. From time to time, depending on what you add with simple hooks, it can get your category pages to display a little bit funny. Like just a little while ago, we had our lead collector form down at the bottom. This was showing up. This right here was showing up on underneath each and every one of these articles. So let's go ahead and go and put this in. After post content. So I suggest using hooks to add everything. I just think it looks a lot better, and I believe it'll make your website load just slightly faster. I believe. Is that content hooks after post content? So that should, let's see. Oh, whoops. After post content. You will probably have to play around a little bit with these to get it exactly where you want it. I think this is where we want it. But we're going to try just putting it down here. See where it pops up. So click the save settings, and now we have, if you have your cache enabled, make sure you disable that. But that's where it's showing up. It's showing up below where we wanted it. And that's fine for now, but you'll probably have to play around with some of these just to put it and get it to show exactly where you want it. Let's see if it's how it's showing up on our category page. Yeah, so see, that kind of looks a little strange when it shows up underneath every single one of them. So we're going to go in and maybe even add this here. Why don't we just try this? We'll try it after post. Let's see where that shows up. And we will have some multiple ones showing up. Okay, so that shows up down there. So I think we'll play around with this, but anyways, you are going to have to play around with it. I recommend doing it something similar to this, and there are some good plugins. If I find a good plugin that I can really work with and use well and kind of shows what you really want, from my experience, I don't think people print these, email them. I mean, I've emailed a couple things from time to time, but I don't think that's so much as important as even just these 3 buttons. Like, I don't think you need to have, you know, a dig button or some of the other buttons. I think really just Facebook and Google Plus. I mean, I know some people use Twitter, but I'm not much of a Twitter fan. I don't use it. I don't understand the like, I get it, but I'm just, it's not for me. This is Dan Moskal. We're working on some SEO here. If you are interested, we've created a free SEO checklist to go through, and this also applies when you're adding new website or new content to your website, how best to do it and make it most search engine friendly. You can visit danmoskaluniversity.com and grab your free copy now. We'll send it over to you, and please comment below if you have any specific questions or how this is working for you, and please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and let us know what you think about the social stuff. If you use any social media, what your thoughts are of social media. Like, I get it with keeping up with pictures of my nephew and you know, pictures of family, kids, and events and all that, and I guess I'm curious how social media, you know, you've seen on Shark Tank that social media apparently does drive traffic. I know that it will help drive some traffic. I'm just, maybe it's since having been online since 2006 and seeing Facebook not really do. Facebook's evolved a lot. I can understand how Facebook's useful now, but I don't know. I'm curious to hear what people think, so please tell me what you think. And have a great afternoon. And again, go grab your free report. It's over at danmoscowuniversity.com. You can also grab my book at Amazon, How to Create a Website Easy Button, and have a great afternoon.